season 21 of Doctor Who. I'm back on a Saturday, which is the usual day for these, because it took some time to watch through season 21, because I didn't have time during the week, but now I will have a lot of time so I can finish watching up until season 26 before next Saturday. Yeah, so season 21 of Doctor Who featured it was the last season to feature Peter Davison as the Doctor, and also you see we have a bit changed logo in this one. Sorry, I had to drink because I'm really dry in my throat. Okay, so season 21, which was a season consisting of 24 episodes spanned over 7 serials. It aired from the 5th of January up until the 30th of March 1984. And, well, that's pretty much it I had to say before we start off with story number 130, which is featured on this. By the way, it's, as long as I don't say anything about it, it's 4-parters. I just start off by saying that. So, story number 130 is featured on this one, Beneath the Surface box set, which was used previously when we were talking about the Silurian and the Sea Devil stories for the Third Doctor, but now it's Warriors of the Deep, in which we arrive on Earth in 1982, and it's another war for the Silurians who still think that, yeah, Earth belongs to us because we were here first. So it's basically, they're on this sort of science station, and yeah, they're on the brink of war with the Silurians and Sea Devils. So, Beneath the Surface box set, story 130, Warriors of the Deep. Let's put a bit like that. So, next up we have story number 131, which is Earth Story box set. But not, the story isn't called Earth Story, it's called The Awakening. And this one is a 2-parter. So, in this 2-parter we have the Doctor arriving at Little Hodcombe in 1984. The reason for that is because Tegan wants to visit her grandfather who lives there, but when they arrive they realize that, for one thing, Tegan's grandfather is missing, and secondly, they are trying to recreate the Dangerous War games from 1643, which also makes time sort of blend together with 1643 and 1984. Pretty neat story, just a 2-parter as I said, story number 130, The Awakening. Next up, we have a box-free version, which is Frontios, in which, by the way, I forgot to mention one thing, Tegan and Turlough are the 2 companions at the moment. Yeah, so Tegan, Turlough and the Doctor arrives on Frontios, which is, well, a sort of planet where the last surviving remains of Earth lives after Earth has been destroyed. So basically, if you could say chronologically, this one takes place after the end of the world. Yeah, Frontios, that is story number 132. Story number 133 is on the Revisitations 2 box set and is called Resurrection of the Daleks. And this one is the special edition, because the special edition is one featured on Revisitations 2. And in this one we see the departure of Tegan, and it takes place in London 1984. So they materialize at this old factory where they happen to have Daleks and Davros, who is, well, sort of frozen there so that he wouldn't die. Yeah, that was story number 133. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing about this one. This one is a 2-parter. But it's 2 45-minute episodes. It was because of, I think, something about the Winter Olympics in 1984 that made them forced to work into 2 45-minute 2-parters. So it's the same length as a 4-parter from the classic era, but it's a 2-parter. Yeah, next up we have the last and second story featuring Kameleon, because he became companioning King's Demon and wasn't seen until Planet of Fire, but it was supposed to be in a scene in The Awakening, but that was cut. Though it's featured as a special on The Awakening. Well, so, Planet of Fire. So, we said farewell to Tegan in that one, and in this one, one thing, we say hello to Perry, Papagillion Brown, in story number 134. And we say goodbye to both Kameleon and Turlo, because in this one, first they receive a strange signal, a distress signal from Lanzarote, where Perry happened to be. And Turlo rescue her and find out that in a plastic bag she has an artifact that belongs to Turlo's race, and well, basically this ends up with Turlo returning to his own race, because he wasn't from Earth from the beginning, he was an alien trapped on Earth in exile. Yeah. Next up we have the last story featuring the 5th Doctor. I'm just gonna have to push these ones over here, because or else I won't have enough space. Let's see, something like that. Yes. So, the 6th story of this season is The Caves of Androzani. So, The Caves of Androzani is story number 135. It's featured on the Revisitations 1 box set. And this is the special edition, which is featured on the Revisitations 1. There we have it, The Caves of Androzani, my all-time favorite Doctor Who story, in which they end up on Androzani Minor, and then they find out that this war is fought between these two races. It's really embarrassing that I don't remember the names of everyone in this one, because I really like this one. But, well, yeah, so this one inevitably ends with the 5th Doctor dying and regenerating. And it seems on a moment too soon. You know why? Because the season isn't over yet. So we have Colin Baker arriving as the 6th Doctor at the end of Caves of Androzani Part 4, and Season 21 had one more story for its season, which was The Twin Dilemma, in which we see the 6th Doctor for the first time. He chooses his costume, which is sort of supposed to say that, yeah, I don't care how I look. It's supposed to be sort of styleless. Yeah. And well, they end up on this planet where the gastropod twins have been kidnapped to be used for some experiments, because they are mathematical geniuses, sort of. Yeah. Not really a good story, considering Caves of Androzani was the one before. So, still not too bad story, because unfortunately they didn't give Colin Baker good scripts. I mean, he was perfect as a Doctor, he was really good as a Doctor, but they didn't give him good stories, which meant that his Big Finish adventures are a lot better. So, what I want to say before and in this episode is that don't judge Colin Baker after his performance in this one or all his stories which were televised, because the scripts weren't that good, but he was a really great Doctor. So I think Colin Baker did an excellent job, considering he didn't get any good scripts. Yeah. I mean, he was perfect for the character. I've seen interviews with him when it was announced he was going to be the Doctor, and I mean, he was like totally into it, and you know, had studied the previous incarnations of the Doctor on VHS, etc. Yeah. Now enough about Colin Baker. Now we just need to go through quickly all the stories of this season. So we have story number 130, featured on the Beneath the Surface box set, Words of the Deep. We have story number 131, The Awakening, a two-parter, featured on the Earth story box set. Next up we have Frontios, story number 132. Story number 133, Resurrection of the Daleks, which is a two-parter, but they are 45-minute episodes, those two episodes. We have story number 134, Planet of Fire. We have story number 135, The Case of Androzani. And lastly, Colin Baker's first appearance as the Doctor in The Twin Dilemma, story number 136. So that's all for season 21, and I don't know when season 22 will be up here, but as soon as I finished watching it, I will make sure it gets up. Hopefully on Sunday, which is tomorrow. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's watch season 22. Okay, I'm gonna go and do that, and I'll leave you right now for the moment. Adios.